Good afternoon, everybody. I want to welcome you to the FireKnight episode.
I'm getting there. Don't get nervous.
How's everybody doing today? I'm also with ThunderKnight Entertainment. I want to welcome our guests. We have ERIC CARTWRIGHT.
Well, welcome, Mr. ERIC CARTWRIGHT.
Thanks.
Glad to have you on FireKnight TV. How's your day going?
Good so far.
Amen. Well, it's going to get better now.
Yeah.
Now, let's talk about you. Tell us how you got to be a stuntman / actor.
Well, as far as a stuntman goes, I don't class myself as a stuntman.
Okay.
I look at creating opportunities, and also as an actor to be the best you can be. Like if you've got stunt people there, but you personally want to do as much as you can yourself.
Absolutely.
And especially nowadays with the cameras and that, you want to do as much action as you can. So I mean, and I like stunt people, but I don't set up to be a stuntman.
Yeah, you're set up to be an actor, period.
Because I mean, I love fights.
Yeah.
I love doing stuff, fighting, so that's fine. But I've done high falls. I'm scared of heights.
Oh, that's interesting.
But I still do it.
Yeah.
And my thing is when I'm around, I respect stunt people, and that's awesome. And also, so when I'm working with other people, whether they're ex-military, fighters, whatever, I like to be able to be like on a level with them, and I get respect from them as well.
Sure.
As much as I respect them, and be in a position where they go, oh, if I was in a war zone, I want you with me. Or,
Yeah.
in a fight or this and that. And so that way when you project it on the film, on the screen, even though you're acting, but it looks real. And
Sure.
believable.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. How long have you been doing it?
It happened a long time ago.
Okay.
I was working, I was doing stuff, and I seen something in the paper and it said, it was on a TV show in Australia, water rats. And they're going, oh, there's in the place I was in, which is Darwin, totally away from Warner Brothers and Movie World, that was in the Gold Coast and Sydney and Melbourne. So it was away from the film industry. But there was a thing in there that someone was coming up to do a seminar. And I just took it out of paper and I thought, oh, why not? I put it in my wallet and I left it there. And then a couple of weeks went by and it started raining, I was working. And I was like, well, I'm not working, I'm not making money. And I pulled out and thought, well, what have I got to lose? So I went in, I rang them up and they said, come in. I went to see this guy and he was starting up a film industry there.
Sure.
And he goes, well, why don't you come do some stunts training and stuff? So I went from there and we started doing stunt training, but we didn't have a stunt academy, nothing. And brought up a guy called Danny Baldwin who was working on Beastmaster, Law School at Warner Brothers, and he came to Darwin.
Very cool.
And then while he was there, we set up a fake stunt training day. So me and the guys and some of the girls went to a school we set up, and the guy that took him in goes, oh, the guys and girls are training. But it wasn't a training day, we were pretending.
Yeah.
We were actors. So.
Sure.
And he shows up and then we were practicing. He came and spent time with us, showed us what to do, and then before I knew it, 2 weeks later, I was on the set of Beastmaster at Warner Bros.
That's amazing for be on that first Beastmaster. I mean, that's amazing.
And I ended up at Warner Brothers as a stunt performer. Never done stunts, never done acting, never done anything.
Well, tell us some of your craziest stunts you did.
Well, I haven't really done any crazy stunts.
Well, let's get with it.
In the stunt training, I've done jumping off of commando rolls off a speedboat. So how to roll off or how to actually jump. So you land properly in the water, doesn't go in the right part of your body.
Yeah, you don't want it there.
No, and I missed out on doing the fire, getting set on fire. I wanted to, but it wasn't my turn.
ERIC, tell us about some of the movies you've been on.
I've been on, there's a movie made called Rise, and it started with Martin Sachs, who's in Australia, he's got like TV, a few movies, actor. And I went in there, did an audition for it. The guy loved it. I was living in Darwin, so I did a video audition. And then I got the part to go down and do it. He loved everything I did, the audition, all that sort of stuff. Got there, and then it's like, I had no lines.
None.
No. And I mean, he loved what I did. It's like, well, I got no lines. And my character had his tongue cut out.
Well, that's a lovely.
but what I found out later was, after we did all the filming, and then I was there for 3 weeks, then I went back to Darwin, where I was living. And later on, I ended up back in the Gold Coast, and then I met up with Matt Linden, his name, music director, which is cast me in another film. We've done a trailer for that and all that type of stuff. And there was one time he got me to come over and he had all these students. He goes, "What are you doing?" I said, "Oh, nothing." He goes, "Come in." All my students. I went in, and what he did was he had all my scenes on it and showing the students how you can act and have a presence and do stuff without talking. And I thought, oh, so there was something I did there where I stood out.
Yeah.
But I didn't have to talk.
But you got recognized.
Yeah. Another guy who did a couple soundtracks, and all of a sudden I had all these fans. And I went to the movie for about 2 children there, and I was there, but it's like I didn't feel like it was a big deal to me. But I went there, but I had all these people going, but they knew I was in there. They go, "I'm a fan of yours," and I didn't do anything.
I'm not gonna ask you again. Cat got your tongue, huh? Doesn't matter. Always get back what belongs to me.
Looks like we did something right.
Even the lead actress was like, she seen the thing and then contacted me and said, "I loved everything you did," and all that. So I didn't think I did anything.
Well, you obviously did.
So,
I think it's your handsome looks.
Nah, I don't. Nothing to do with looks because they're all gone, you know. But it's something to do with the presence. Sometimes I have a presence on there because if you've got a lot of stuff going on inside, it comes to the camera. That's the important thing.
Yeah.
So like even if you're doing background work, you've got to still play a character.
Yeah.
To be seen, because as an example, I went and did a thing on a Sunday. They said, "Oh, we need background people." So I went there. They go, "Right, here we're going here, we're going there," and then I sat at the bar, and then they said, "You got choice of the drinks." So it was cocktails, this, and then it's like, "Well, I'm having a beer," because I was dressed a certain way. And the guy went to grab a beer, and I felt bad. I'm having that. I'm not fucking drinking pool. Sorry, I'm not drinking a cocktail.
Yeah.
I'm drinking a beer, and then they started doing the scenes, and then they stopped and they said, me and this other guy, and I said, "Do you two want to come up here?" Because they could sense something. And we went up the top, right in the camera, and they go, "Do you know how to act or can you speak?" "Oh yeah, I can do a couple of lines." So then they gave us that line, and then we had scenes. And they shot scenes and added that in. And once we'd done that, one of the guys come over, who was with his, this other guy was with his friend, he's, "Oh, he's lucky." I said, "Nothing to do with luck." I said, I knew where I wanted to sit. I knew I wore the right clothes. I knew what I wanted to drink. I knew how I had to act. But I said, it's not about luck. It's that you've got to be a character.
Yeah.
Just because you wear a costume doesn't mean shit. You know what I mean? Like you've got to still present yourself. And
For the part, no matter what you're doing.
The main actor's there, you're still playing a character.
Yeah.
You'd still be noticed. You don't have to have a main role. You can just be there and bring energy, and people will see it.
Yeah, and they did.
Yeah, and then they gave us, like I said, that's how we got lines, that's how we got moved, and we end up playing a character in the film where we're just in the background.
And you weren't even expecting it, so that's cool. It's really
It was just
cool.
a Sunday, doing it, but I still have a thing about when you're there, it's just get yourself there. It doesn't matter what you're doing.
Yeah.
Even if you're there just to help a friend out or be in the background or whatever, create your opportunity.
Yeah, that's good information for any new actor out there, really. Just to show up ready.
If you feel like you can have a presence, it's like, one thing I knew is like, well, even if I can't act, I know I've got a presence, so why not use that as much as I can, at least see how it works, get myself there, and then just let the camera, when people, if they notice it, if it's really there, then that's my opportunity, because not having a name, not having the experience is create your opportunities.
Yeah.
And same as I was getting in with stunts.
Sure.
If you get in as a stunt person, you create an opportunity, because then they go, "Can you speak?" They go, "Well, obviously you can speak." But then, "Oh yeah, I can do a couple of lines," and then you create that opportunity.
Sure. Yeah. You created your own name for yourself, which is amazing.
It's more going by, say, just instincts.
Yeah.
Nothing. It's not like an ego thing. It's just knowing and believing in yourself and just sort of going with what you feel. And then, like I said, and everything you do is important no matter what you do. And if you can be in one film and have a presence, have an energy, then you just got to think to yourself, if I can do that there, I can do it anywhere.
Sure.
And it's the same as like when I travel, I meet people, and I always meet a lot of people. It's like, and they go, "Oh," and so to me, no matter where I go, the same things are going to happen.
Sure.
I'm going to meet friends. I'm going to meet people.
New opportunities.
Create opportunities again,
Yeah.
no matter where you go.
Yeah, that's
And
really
friends as
smart.
well.
Of course.
Yeah.
What movies have you been on that people might know besides Beastmaster?
The independent film I did was Rise.
Okay.
I was in that one, and that's one of the films in Australia which was independent that actually got to go overseas and show around the world, because the market is not set up for independent films. It's set up for the big
dollar.
mainstream media,
Yeah.
or the mainstream is all set up and they've already locked in the slots for their movies.
Sure.
So as an independent, if you want to, you can make the best film in the world, and no one's who's going to see it.
Yeah, and you need to be
So you
seen.
have to, but with Rise, Mac Linden was smart to sort of, he got it into smaller cinemas, and they put it at times that it wasn't the most popular time. And then he got asked myself and other actors, and they would show up at different cinemas, and we'd actually go watch our own film and be in the audience and all that. And it ended up getting to the point where people started watching it, and then the time slot started changing, and then it got shown around the world. So
So
you
that
don't
really,
hear much about it, but it was one of those films that it did a lot as an independent.
that's really good.
And being in the audience and all that too, when you have your own films on, is a good feeling.
Yeah.
And to be there, it's good for other people to, they get to meet you and get photos with you and stuff like that. It's good for that kind of thing.
Do you have any actors you'd like to talk about that you worked with?
Probably more so actors that I haven't worked with. That
Oh.
Mans.
Yeah.
And I've got a lot of friends that are actors and have been in a lot of series and movies, and especially through my wife as well, connections I've had with her. Well, I've got to meet people that I've always wanted to meet as well.
Yeah.
And Australian actors,
That's awesome.
stuff like that. So that's been good.
How about Vernon Wells?
Well, he's always someone I've always wanted to meet. It's like there's always people you want to meet or things you want to do, but sometimes you don't know it. You're not thinking of it.
Sure.
It's just when something comes up, you go, I've always wanted to be. So it was like a character, like an opportunity came up as like a bounty hunter. I don't live my life thinking I want to be a bounty hunter, but when it comes to like, I've always wanted to be a bounty hunter, and I got cast in a film as a bounty hunter.
Oh, that's cool.
Okay.
That's really cool.
Going back to the same thing as creating those opportunities, that's another opportunity I created with the bounty hunter. I'll get back to Vernon, but with Garrison 7 was, I went there and they needed some background people. I went and did background. My mate was there. He had this little hot looking blonde girl. I'm thinking, why does he get the girl? I'm with a drunk alien. And it's like, this is not fair, that type of thing.
Yeah.
But then when the main actor came in, because they're doing a trailer for the film, he kept coming to the bar and I had a little drink, drunk alien there, my mate's there with his girlfriend, type of thing, and it's like, he goes, all I had to do was they go, right, when he comes in, you gotta walk away. So the guy comes in, pulls his cape off, puts his big gun on the table, or on the bar, and I look at him, and I have my drink, and I just stared for a while. I just stared, and then I drank my drink, and then I slowly walked away and sat down.
Nice.
So we kept doing it, and then they stopped. I said, "Hey, Eric, you look like a bounty hunter. How about?" And then they gave me a fight scene. They gave me lines. And then there was a scene where this person next to the table, like a security guy, pulls a gun up to shoot the main guy. I get up. I go, I don't think so. I grab his gun, I hit him. Hits the wall, hits the table, knock him out. And then I acknowledge the main actor.
Yeah.
And then from there, he goes, we're going to add you in the thing. And then they have Christmas, New Year's, and then they got back to me 2 weeks later. He goes, what are you doing on so-and-so? They're doing like Supernova, which is like Comic-Con in America. And they go, we're doing live. And then I went and did live, and I played like a bounty hunter. And I sent him a message. I was out running the hills, doing my fitness training. And I sent him a message, and I hardly know the guy. I said, how about in the series that I'm a bounty hunter and I show up on my half brother and I save you, like I saved him then, I saved you in certain episodes, and then one episode you save me, and then you go, who are you? And I'm like, I'm Brode Hunter, I'm your half brother. And then I sent that, and I thought, what do I like to lose? So I sent it off and then said, what have I done? And he sent back, he goes, how about you're not my brother? And well, this is not going good. But he goes, but you're Bode Mason, the bounty hunter, and that's your character. He goes, because I've already written in the brother. And it went from there. And then I did the live at the Supernova. I did live, armored up guns, and I just went into a character.
That's so sweet.
So much stuff there. He goes, there's no way we can't have you in the series. And every character was written. And then mine wasn't even in there. And then he wrote it into the series. So just from being in the background to being there, to go from that created
To a part.
which leads me into how I got to meet my wife.
Yeah.
For 3 years before something clicked.
That's great.
Yeah.
Well, let's continue on Vernon Wells.
Right, Vernon. He's somebody that I've always wanted to meet, but then when it come to it, I was with my wife and she goes, I know Vernon. We went to a movie premiere.
Okay.
And we went there, and a couple of the students that we were acting with back when we were living in Hollywood, and we went there, and Vernon was in the movie because I'm watching. I didn't know he's in it.
Yeah.
And he wasn't there that night. And I watched it and I goes, that guy looks familiar. And my wife goes, yeah, it's Vernon Wells. We went in Comic Con, and I thought, oh yeah, and Danny, I think it was Danny Bogle was in it.
Okay.
And then we got to meet him as well because my wife was in a film with him and a couple other actors and people like that. And then she goes, I said, you know Vernon? She goes, yeah. I said, we should contact him. Like, you know?
Yeah.
Well, you should, for me.
And she did.
So she contacted him, talked to him and said, come, went and checked out his studio. He's got his own place, what he does. So that's how I got to meet Vernon. And then from there, because we're both from Australia, we just like clicked. We could understand each other.
Yeah.
And talk. And then I was lucky enough to go to his house a few times. And that's where, like, for me to be sitting here right now is Jimmy Drain showed up. Because he was one of the producers, like, he goes, I'm in a film and this guy's coming. So, but then before I met Jimmy, he was there, but he was trying to find Vernon's house.
Gotcha.
So me and Vernon got up and we were sitting away from his house. There's a group of people that lived there, actors and people like that. It was an outdoor place. And I said to Vernon, I said, well, I'll go this way, you go that way. And we're looking, and that's how I got to meet Jimmy from ThunderKnight Entertainment. And then while we were there, I know we're talking about Vernon, but then Jimmy, at the end, he goes, I want to give me your details. And then he had a film idea, so I did an audition. So that's how I got to do ThunderKnight, and then how I got to meet Vernon.
Yeah, and you're going to be with ThunderKnight forever. Because we love you at ThunderKnight.
Well, me and Vernon bring the thunder.
That's Thunder Down Under, baby.
To the power of ThunderKnight.
I like it.
Yeah. So,
I like it.
So with Vernon, then I got to meet Vernon, we just became friends. And then the last time he was just in town for his Realm
of Shadows premiere.
Yeah. And then I was lucky enough to, Jimmy contacted me and said, Vernon, would you be able to take me out? It's like, this is like, also, this would be awesome.
Yeah.
For me personally as a friend, but also, you know, just for me, you know, something to do while I'm here. And I picked him up, we went out for dinner and got to know more about his growing up and living on a farm and all the mischief he got up to as a kid.
I'm sure he was in a lot of it.
He was in a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And that was good. And then good to go to the premiere and meet Vernon through that. And also to be cast in The Dead Rose with Vernon's in there, to me is like, it's an honor and a privilege.
No, we think so having you on with us for sure. It's really cool. What other actors do you like that you work with?
Other actors that I haven't worked with, but I'm cast with.
Okay.
And there's one movie I'm cast also with, which is an Australian film. It's meant to be filmed in Australia and the USA, called Universe. It's got Sir Anthony Hopkins.
Oh.
And it's got another actor, I don't know, you might have heard of him, Danny Trejo.
Of course. Yeah.
I'm cast in this film and I'm in the area where my boss is Danny Trejo.
That's pretty
in
cool.
the year 2047.
Yeah.
And also there's another guy who's a former UFC heavyweight fighter, Mark Hunt from the UFC. And he's famous for his one punch knockout. He's cast in this film. Me and him don't get on, and we get a fight in the cage, like Mad Max style, city in the cage. Me and him are going to fight in there. He's our boss, and he said, we don't get on, so we got to sort it out. So that's something that's in the future, like another film that I've been cast in.
Yeah, let's talk about your future.
And there's also Garrison 7, which is the bounty hunter, Bo Mason. That's how I got to meet my wife, because she's cast in there as well. We're international cast. That's a movie and a series to be filmed in Australia and the USA. that's still in like
Progress.
to be filmed
Yeah.
because everything's shut down. And then I've also been cast in another film which is called Aim to Die Twice, and this is a Russian director
Oh,
with
okay.
international cast.
Wow.
And he's in Georgia, like Georgia, not America, but Russia.
Yeah, that's great.
And that's an international cast. And I've got American friends, Dennis Hayden, who was one of the villains in Die Hard, who's in it. Brad Fortin from Kickboxer 4. There's a British actor, Sean Cronin, who was in his three. I think he just did his fourth James Bond movie. And also, I'm lucky to be cast in a movie called Instruments of Justice, and it's a series, and that's got 4 characters from Mortal Kombat.
Wow.
And one of them is Margie Holden, who's directing,
Yeah.
like Shiva.
Lovely lady.
And also it's got Motoro, which is Darren McBee, who played Malibu in Gladiators.
Okay.
And Motoro in Mortal Kombat, he's in it. Also Lynn Red played Jax in Mortal Kombat. And Masada Vader, or Vanda, who played Sindel in Mortal Kombat. And that's the 4 characters you got.
Quite a cast.
Mortal Kombat, and then a few other really good actors.
Yeah.
Like Olivier Bruner, who was in Nemesis, and he's also like a full-on martial artist fighting. He's like a star from the 80s and 90s. And a lot of those actors are from that era.
Yeah. Well, sounds like your future is going to be really good to you. So we got one more final question, Mr. Eric Cartwright.
Yes.
Come on, take off the shirt and show the lady fans the muscles.
The only thing I do is we can do a bicep pose.
Then do it. Yeah.
Right? That's yours and that's mine.
That's the real deal. Quite amazing.
Eric, I want to thank you for coming on FireKnight TV. You're a friend of ours. Well, you're going to be in our movies in the future. We wish you the very best. God bless, and take care. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you so much, my friend.
Thank you for having me on here.
My pleasure.
Thunder from down under.
Love it.
We love Thunder Night.
Good day, sir.
Hey gang, MOHAWK Bob here with ThunderKnight Entertainment. Check out this exclusive clip from Realm of Shadows, a feature film that sets up the powerful War of Powers series starring Richard Tyson, Vernon Wells, Erica Monet, and yours truly as the world's finest henchman. Please visit our Indiegogo page and check out some amazing perks and join the War of Powers team. Get on the bus, and thank you very much. Raise your arms.
Your boss know I was coming. Step aside.
Listen, turd, my boss is out of town, and I've squashed sperm bigger than you.
Is that any way to speak to a lady? Now be a good ogre and get lost.
Yes, ma'am.
It's ladies' night. It's ladies' night, and my feeling's right.